Hi, I'm Marie.
And I'm David.
We're the Wood family. David and I have been married for about 15 years, and we have 4 boys. The oldest one is Lucian. He's 13. And then there's Blaze, who's 11.
And Reed is 9, and Paley is almost 7. Lucian and Blaze are very active. They do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and Muay Thai, so they're into they're constantly physical.
So when Reed was born, it was very different from when his older brothers were born. He was a floppy baby, so that means that he didn't have any muscle tone. He couldn't breathe on his own. He didn't even have the strength to open his eyes. You know, I thought I did everything right. I took all my vitamins, and it was a journey of about 2 months of intense genetic testing to try to figure out what this was. And finally, we were able to identify the condition through a muscle biopsy, and it's called myotubular myopathy.
And that was those 2 months were very difficult, the not knowing part.
And it was pretty devastating when they shared the diagnosis with us, because they gave us such a dire prognosis. They told us that, well, not only was the condition extremely rare, it only affects 1 in 50,000 live male births. There was no known treatment or cure at all. Most of the children would die by the age of 1. When we were surprised to find out that I was pregnant again, we started doing some tests to find out if I was a carrier of the mutation that was causing Reed's condition. Once we did find out that I also have this mutation, we knew that our baby could possibly have it too. And since he was a boy, there was a 50% chance that he could have it. So I remember sitting in the geneticist's office. She was saying that we could do a test on the baby that I was carrying so that we could keep our options open, as she put it, which was code language for terminating the pregnancy. I told her that we didn't need to do any further testing, and we would just be as prepared as we could, because even though my baby has a 50% chance of having myotubular myopathy, he has a 100% chance of being loved. So in spite of being told that Reed and Paley would not live to see their second birthdays, Reed is now 9 years old, and Paley is 6, and he's going on 7. The first time Reed was in a power wheelchair, he was so excited because prior to that, he had always been pushed in a manual wheelchair. So wherever he went was based on the will of the person pushing him rather than his own will. It was like a miracle to him to be able to decide where he wanted to go. And if you could imagine, you know, a 8-9-year-old child experiencing that for the first time, you know, it was amazing for him. And he loved being in the power chair so much that when it was time to come out and he saw us unbuckling him, he started crying, shaking his head. He gripped the sides of the wheelchair with his hands as much as he could, and he wrapped his legs around the bars of the chair. I mean, he broke my heart. The reason why we couldn't get the power wheelchairs is because we didn't have a van with a lift that could actually lift the power chairs. The van would just open up so many more opportunities for Reed and Paley to experience the world. We realized that it was just so essential to get a van so that the boys could have this basic experience of going where they want to go, and just being in the world and letting other people meet them and experience the joy and blessing that they are.